BitBoy is on drugs. That is the allegation put forward by the existing BitBoy team. BitBoy has left, friends. What is going on? We're going to go through all the information today. BitBoy is a very pivotal character. But first, just acknowledge that you are a yummy watermelon piece and I'm very hungry. Recently, BitBoy was fired from BitBoy Crypto, which is crazy because he made it. It was his baby. And this is the BitBoy channel. They have removed his face. There are still more things to come. There's a lot of controversy going on around it. They've said, if you read it here, yesterday, BJ Investment Holdings, the parent company of HIT, took decisive legal action in removing Ben Armstrong, who's BitBoy, from the company and specifically the BitBoy brand. This difficult decision is a prolonged effort to help Ben during his relapse into substance abuse, as well as reconcile the emotional, physical, and financial damage he has done to the employees of the network. I have watched other influencers, friends, and what they have said is that they've heard rumors. They're not going to say, but they're going to leave it alone. They're going to wait for the facts. And I don't know what this means specifically, but I can only imagine that maybe there's some truth to this. However, a lot of people think it's fake. So we're going to go through and have a look at this. You got to question everything. We're in crypto. FUD is good. Good is FUD. You know what it is. So just to give you some insight into BitBoy. So BitBoy's channel grew from nothing. It grew to 1.45 million subscribers. I remember when he was in his early days and he was growing a couple of thousand here and there. It got very controversial in 2020. During the DeFi season, just to show you, during DeFi season, Ben's channel was like, look, he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I'm just telling you, this is exactly what happened. During this period, literally this 3-month period, Ben was making a lot of altcoin videos every day. And he would just do a review, the coin would go up and it would dump to hell. He would do coins like DeFi Fitness, etc. And they all had the same chart. Now, I came in wanting to buy altcoins, so I put him on notifications. But this is how insane the market was. Whenever Ben would make a video, even YouTube would notify me like 1 minute after it was released. But guess what? When I checked the chart, it was already up like 300%. I'm not kidding. In 60 seconds. Literally 60 to 180 seconds before YouTube would notify me, it was already up. That's because other people around the world were slowly getting the notifications first. And they would literally open the video, they'd click in, they'd say, okay, what's the coin ticker? Bang, they'd go to Uniswap and do that. Isn't it crazy to think that's what actually was happening? That's how hot the market was back now. Now you see like 50,000 plus coins. But back then it was nowhere near like that. So Ben was receiving a lot of Bitcoin and payments for that. I don't know if he ever received the coin. I don't know. But this is where his reputation was really stuck at this point. Because everybody knew, okay, man, what's going on here? You're just pumping and dumping all these coins. Now, I don't know. These are all allegations. His wallets were tracked. But I don't know if he was himself selling. Because he might have received payment in other stuff. But he did accumulate a lot of money then. A lot. You can imagine, friends, there was a lot of money going around in the DeFi season that back then in 2020. I think he was collecting like a Bitcoin a video. I'm not even kidding. They'd pay him like 10 ETH or Bitcoin a video. I mean, it was insane. Think about that. In a week, you could be collecting like, maybe two or three Bitcoin. That's insane, man. That's the amount of money being collected was huge. And there was so much more to come after that. So that's how it all started, okay? But before that, so he grew the empire. But to let you know, Ben's start, so he was a very troubled kid. Ben was addicted to substances when he was smaller. So he calls himself a drug addict. He was always fried out of his head on painkillers. He was just doing everything. He just like literally any drug you can think of, he'd do it. And he's very troubled. And it was very hard for him to be settled. I think he went homeless, different shelters. It was just crazy, man. And he almost OD'd, almost died, very close to death. And he turned his life around, which is kind of fantastic to see. Like, wow, man, not just turned his life around a bit, but went up to the top. Now, people are speculating that this is just a cover-up for the altcoin pump and dump allegations because In my previous video, thank you very much for subscribing, press the bell button and all. I made my BitBoy exit video and I go through showing the different altcoins here that he went through and it was tracked. But I mean, it's kind of hard because the way he was saying it, he says, well, I didn't sell, but he's got 10 meme coins. And then now you have one new one, you have to sell these 10 to buy this one. But he was still saying, no, I didn't do anything. But I mean, he did admit that he's using the MetaMask swap button. So you got to make up your own mind with how you interpret that one. Okay, so people are speculating that. And this is just that previous message. This is Ben himself, join BenCoin. So I've started following it just to see if he makes any updates. So he mentions that the two existing dudes, so TJ and Justin, they've attempted a coup at his company. They're trying to get him out. I heard BitBoy has 60% ownership, but it's nuts, man. I mean, you don't want to see things happen like this. We don't know what's happening. Was he relapsing? Was he going? Look, the way I see it, it feels like I'm just pure speculation. Something was going on because it made no sense for him to start pumping and dumping altcoins in our bear market while Pepe came back. It's crazy, man. Or maybe he just wanted more and more. Maybe he was bored. I don't know what it is. It wasn't completely out of character, but when you've made it that far, when you got 10 to 20 million in your account, what are you doing with these little altcoins? You know what I mean? So also some more history, just to give you some insights to what's been happening. So previously, BitBoy's house was raided by a SWAT team. Okay, so some subhuman trash troll called it on his family. He's got wife and kids. They came in, they throw the flashbang, they get the guns, and the troll said that he was armed with a weapon. He's going to kill his family. And they came in and yeah, it was this traumatic experience. There is a HD video where he walks through his whole house. This is him in his house sharing with you exactly what happened, okay? So this is what happens. This is his lovely wife. And they, just family, and it is what it is, okay? Now, Ben does invite a lot of entertainment value. Why? He's loud, he's energetic, okay? But it's okay to be loud and energetic, like yours truly. But there's another thing that comes. It's the poor OPSEC. It's crazy, friends, because, on one hand, Ben is uncovering the deep state. And if you go to the channel, you can type in some keywords like this word here. If you zoom in, I'm not going to say this word, right? I'm not going to say this word that you can see right there. You see that word? Yeah, I'm not saying that. Not that stupid. So, he covers a lot of the deep state. And maybe he just got too loud. We don't know. But you can go through, man. There's some great videos, friends. But a lot of people don't watch them. Why? Because they see the altcoin pumper dump. They think there's nothing here. But he's made some cracker videos. He tells you about BlackBerry and the real stuff. And this is years ago. And the real secret insider plan. He's got so much stuff where I'm like, wow, how's this guy still alive, right? But on one hand, he's defending the people. But on the other hand, he's doing the altcoin pump and dump. So it's contradictory. With me, I'm very consistent. You don't see me. I don't shield leverage trading exchanges. I don't want that part on here, okay? I can't tell you, hey, here's a 95% win rate strategy. By the way, go do the 5% win rate strategy so I can make money off you. I can't tell that to you, all right? I cannot. That's not in part of me. I guess other people just rationalize things differently. So Ben gets swatted, his family. This is the type of stuff he has to deal with, right? When it comes to the territory. But on the other hand as well, he's done a lot for the crypto industry. You can't deny that. So his most famous recent one was in 2022, back before anybody knew anything was going on with FTX, right? And the allegations of everything. He uncovered a lot of the deep state insider stuff and even tracked SBF down, so Soy Bankman-Fried. He went to the Bahamas himself. He went to his actual, the building, and here he is standing next to a bull. This is him on Twitter Spaces here. He was for hours and hours talking to everybody, Twitter Spaces, getting everybody involved because the stories weren't uncovered back then. And yeah, he got crushed. So also he lost a lot of money, I think, with Alex Mashinsky as well, with Celsius. So Ben's been through with everybody else, right? And he fought for the people, okay? Now, he did harm him here and there. He did, but he also fought for the people. So it's very hard to reconcile this when you look at it all together. But I want you to know something. So whether the rumors are true or not, and apparently he's in the UAE now, so he's escaped to a country where you can't be extradited, maybe to fight these legal issues. Whatever happens, I've been through this a long time, friends. So I've seen it. I've lived 1,000 years. All right, I've lived 1,000 years. I'm here 18 hours a day. BitBoy's story conclusion is about to pump the whole crypto market. Yes, I know. I always got a positive spin, don't I? All right, but this chapter is closing. All the stories from the previous cycle have now closed. And I really mean all of them, right? The next bull market will have new characters and storylines. And I'm going to prove it to you with one thing, you know, Coin Bureau's channel is also one of the biggest YouTube channels, 2.32 million. But BitBoy, I noticed he had a good talent for drawing attention to himself. And he's like a showman. I guess he's good like Donald Trump. He can basically just says stuff and they're loud. Some people are like, oh, he's so obnoxious or whatever. It doesn't really matter, man. Like, if he was a stock, you'd get long him if you could 3 to 4 years ago. Don't lie to me. Of course you would. Because they know what to do. He's getting the views, right? Now, it's funny. When he was battling with Coin Bureau, he was always making jokes like that, you know, Coin Bureau is a robot, and that the channel, by the way, this is true, it's actually funded by JP Morgan insiders, right? So he would like reveal insights to this, and if people took the time to listen, they would learn that. But then you got the other part of him, so it's something to think about. Now, on the topic of stories, right? Look, what I've just shared with you here about the chapter closing and these stories, friends, there's some sort of weird simulation thing going on, because I said to myself one thing. I said, if the market gets rid of Cobie, then 100% my thesis is true. There is some weird simulation, cosmos, fairy dust, aliens, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever it is, something's going on out there, the puppet master with the strings. This thing is coming out like a story, all right? It's not just us making it up. It's actually happening like a freaking story, man. There's story, there's characters, narratives, introductions, there's coming in, there's this push and pull. Cobie is what they call him like Bitcoin. They call him, sorry, like a crypto Jesus. He's like the people's favorite. He never harms anybody. He never does any pump and dumps. He never doesn't anything. He always like puts himself in with, he's never really forceful with his opinions. He just always makes jokes, sarcastic British humor, and then he'll like remove himself when things get too hot straight away. And he's one of the most popular. He's obviously OG, rumored billionaire, by the way. So because he bought Bitcoin at the very, very start. Just to let you know as well, something funny about Cobie. Cobie bought like, when Cobie was in altcoins, right, just to show you friends how easy it was back then. I mean, easy, but yeah. When Cobie was in crypto at the start, the first altcoin he bought, I think it gave him like a 100x on his Bitcoin in like 90 days. And by Bitcoin might have been like, I don't know, $12 back then or $30, whatever it was, right? So imagine that. Imagine literally in 90 days, you made 100x your Bitcoin, man. And then the second coin he bought went 20x in a weekend. 20 to 30x. Isn't that crazy? Just your first two coins, you made 100x and then you make 20x in a weekend. Wow. Just how times have changed, right? So Cobie, the market actually removed him, which isn't that crazy? How the hell did the market remove him? Well, there was controversy earlier. What happened was Cobie did a tweet. So do you remember Binance CZ? He was going through those like rumors of like, you know, is he going to get taken down? The SEC's wrongly trying to attack him. And so what happened was, this is what Cobie does, okay? Cobie, as like a soothsayer of the industry, he admitted what he does is, ahead of time, he will make a lot of really cryptic posts into some cryptography locked up thing. So he'll make like post 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He made like 50 guesses where he'll be like, and one of the guesses he wrote was, Binance CZ gets arrested by the international police. Now, he just wrote it out, and if it happens, he'll release it and say, oh, I said it. He said, I guess he did it as for like mild humor, and he just go through every single fork in the tree, you know, and that's what he did. I'd like to see his other 51s, right? Kind of crazy guesses. So to make him look like, oh, I called it, right? So it's funny. But what happened was somebody decoded his one, right? And they decoded it early. It wasn't meant to be seen for the public. They kind of guessed it. I forgot exactly what happened. And his post was basically, here it is. So this person goes, I'm hearing things, right? And Cobie's message decoded the Interpol red notice for CZ. So because Cobie's such an insider, people believe that he knew something. They said, oh my God, Cobie must know something. He has an insider who's told him that CZ's about to get arrested. Binance is about to go down. Binance were like laundering money for the terrorists, and they're actually running a Ponzi the whole time. And it was wrong. But this is what happened. The market sold off first. So it's one of these candles here. I forgot which one. The market went down first, and people got liquidated, right, on that night. And so what happened was, because they got liquidated, they started attacking him on Twitter. They started saying, you made me lose money, you and your false rumors, and everybody just jumped on him like, rah, rah, rah. And he didn't like that. It was a bit too much for him, and he basically just decided to like step out and take a break. So this story and this ordeal is very unique and fascinating because Cobie didn't do any pumping and dumping or nothing to do with that. He's never done it. He's been in the industry 10 plus years. He's got very good insights to everything. Has his show up only, which is hopefully going to be a bull market signal because it's not up yet. They haven't uploaded for months. Too depressing. But on the topic of these narrative, friends, these narratives, I got to share with you a narrative where he didn't even do anything, yet it seems like there is an interdimensional force that is still pulling the strings. It basically said to him, you were a character in 2021 and 2020. You were a main character. The market has to take away the main characters. Never become a main character. They always get taken out. Do Kwon, Celsius Mashinsky, BitBoy just got taken out. Richard Hart, SEC after him. Every single person taken out. Even the Grayscale guys, everyone. Nobody. CZ. How the hell they take down CZ? You see, so it's fascinating to see that the market even came for him. Outside of almost his own control. So this is why when I see BitBoy phasing out here, now he enters his own intermittent fighting thing, I know he's not going to be anywhere near a main character in the next cycle. There's going to be new characters, new storylines. That's why I've written here. His chapter is closing. The chapters are closing. This is a sign. This is like sentiment analysis, qualitative analysis. You get to see that we have now turned the page from the previous cycle. So all of these shenanigans that happened here, it's like BitBoy is now finally done. Now we're going to move into new characters, new people coming out. Okay. So this is something just to, something to take home here. Like you learn something here. This is something that you can't see it on an RSI indicator or a stochastic weekly chart or the color of the monthly candle. You can't actually see this. This is interdimensional, weird, alien, super galactic forces things that are going on in the background. But it's cool to know that there are other forces at play here that we don't all quite specifically understand, but they do add to our conviction that one day, this creature that he's touching, the bull, one day is going to be coming for us, friends, and it's going to say, you know what, your bags are looking way too red lately. Let me make them green. Don't forget, friends, like, subscribe, bell button, all. Tell mom and dad we love and appreciate them. I wish everybody well. I hope BitBoy gets through this. I hope everything gets sorted. And of course, most of all, I hope you continue remaining my friend. Catch you in the next one.